wonderful friends. Meg is here on a beautiful day in Asha. I'm out here in nature. Got the apple trees, got this beautiful lilac bush. We got maples and oaks, beautiful blue skies and clouds, and living in Asha. And that's what I want to talk about today. How do you live in Asha? And it's more than just a beautiful place. Your heart has to be right. You have to be in the right state of mind to appreciate the beauty, the magic that is all around us. So let's head inside and let's discuss creating Asha in our world. Hello, shining ones. Meg is here. Oh, I'm feeling so blessed. I love you guys so much. I so look forward to our time together. I love what we created here. And as I just walked in here and I sat down, I just felt so blessed. This space you see right here, I'm surrounded with my favorite things. I got some candles going, a little incense, and it's just when I walk in here, it's just so peaceful. But I know if you're lost in a hell in your own mind, you can't enjoy any space. It doesn't matter. Beautiful nature, a beautiful created space. You could be surrounded by good people and good things, and you can't enjoy it. That's what I want to talk about today. And I know what I'm talking about because I suffered from OCD so bad for so long, and there is a way out. Grab your book, Asha. If you don't have it yet, it's Asha by Winston Head, available at Amazon. And if you love me, if I've ever done anything for you, brought you any kind of peace, go to Amazon, leave a review about what this little orange book has meant to you. Asha 6 says, I look inward to the God mind, and I see truth, and I experience soundness of mind. That's what we want, soundness of mind. That way, no matter where we are, we're happy, we're joyful, we're peaceful because our mind is at peace. Our mind is joyful. Our mind is hopeful. My friends, that happiness, it's got to start inside of us. So how do we do it? It says there's a formula right there. There's the Magi magic formula. Let's break it down. We're going to reverse engineer it. So it says, I look inward to the God mind and I see truth and I experience soundness of mind. How do I experience soundness of mind? It says, because I see truth. To experience soundness of mind, I have to see truth. How do I see truth? It says, I look inward to vohumenu, the God mind. So it breaks us down perfectly. We want soundness of mind. We must see truth. To see truth, we must go inside, right? Okay, so that means not outside, right? Stop looking outside. Stop looking at the news. Stop looking for outside influences. Inside of you, it is a divine spark. It's the God mind. It's vohumenu. It's everything. My friends, it's that space where you and all the good you've been looking for is. You got to find that. Here in the West, we call it the Christ mind, where you and the loving Father are one. All the love, all the truth, all the peace, it's right here in that divine spark in your heart of hearts. My friends, and it's all good. It's the God mind that sees and knows all. We touched on this yesterday, so I won't go too deep into it. But vohumenu, that God mind, it said before in the Avesta, our holy text, before we came to earth, before you stepped into form and a body, you stood outside of time and space, you saw your lifeline from beginning to end with vohumenu, the God mind, and you still decided to come. That ought to give some of you peace, that you're worried that you're going to get separated from God. It's impossible. You would have never come. You wouldn't have looked at your whole life, beginning to end, and you wouldn't have chose to come if you knew you could be sent to hell or you could be separated from God. You wouldn't have come. God wouldn't have let you go. The loving Father would never let go of his child, that he loves you so much. Let that bring you peace right there. But that same God mind, that vohumenu, that you stood outside of time and space before you came into form and matter, into time and space, it's still here. It's still in you. What you have to do, you have to turn off all those outside stories you've heard, a lot of that false education, a lot of those bad imaginations you've had. You got to leave those. You got to set those down. Go inside. And that divine spark in you, you'll know when you hit it because it's just good. It's undefiled, undiluted, unmixed. It's only good. It's not love and hate. It's not, peace and war. It's just good. It's the highest principle of good. That's when you know you've reached the God mind. And it's very different than maybe some of the gods. I don't know who's listening to this, but some gods and religions out there in the mainstream religions, actually, their God loves and hate, right? He can send sickness and disease. He can kill men, women, and children. We're not talking about one of those gods. We're talking about the original religion, the highest principle. It's just pure. Right? It's the highest good. You'll find that in you. You knew it when you were a child. Matter of fact, many of you that have heard those stories of those false gods as a kid, oh, that didn't sound very good, but they're like threatened you, right? Put some fear in you. You're going to have to go back. You have to go inside of that divine spark, and it's only good. When you find that mind, you're going to see the truth. What does seeing the truth do? It removes the lie and illusion, right? Someone could tell you a lie, have you so gripped in fear and control, but then you hear the truth and they just lost all their power, didn't they, over you? That's what happens when you hear Asha, when you hear Zoroaster, when you hear the highest principle of God good. The lie loses its grip on you. And then you experience soundness of mind. Asha 6 says, thoughts make your world, beliefs make your thoughts, reason makes your beliefs, mind reasons, mind is the reason. Know this, then illusion goes away. Belief in only good, it is this complete trust that brings out manifestations now, real as they already are, by means of reason. You want to reverse engineer that? Right? Thoughts make your world. So if you're having good thoughts or bad thoughts, it has a real effect on your body, right? You get all sweaty and you're hyperventilating and the world's ugly. And it's all from just a bad imagination, right? A wrong thought. But it's because of your beliefs. Maybe like me, I was always afraid I was going to blaspheme and be separated from God. That's from a wrong belief, which gave me a wrong thought, which was creating a real hell. It wasn't real. It wasn't reality. It wasn't the perfect creator's perfect idea, but it was making a real uncomfortable world for me, a real ugly world. But there's a real above all real. Right? There's the perfect creator's perfect idea that he made the true world with. And we want to come back into that, and we do it with frequency and energy and resonance. And we do that by seeing truth, knowing truth, going into that God mind, holding on to that truth. I am light and darkness flees. I am one with God good, and I will never be separated from him. I would have never come to earth if I could be. We're getting new beliefs, right? But you have to have a reason. If you don't have reason to believe, you're just thinking, wouldn't that be nice? You're just hoping, maybe begging a deity in the sky. That won't do it. You have to have a reason to believe, right? And then that'll make our thoughts. What's our reason? The original religion, Zoroastrianism, God was just good. He wasn't like one of those gods on a continuum, right? A lot of the gods they offer you in the world religions, he's on this continuum of he can be love or he can be hate. And he'll move up and down that continuum in the degree depending on how upset he is at the world, right? Like the world and people's actions can change his behavior. That's ridiculous, my friends, right? We don't teach our kids that. Like when you're at school, they're telling you to be love, but if this kid is acting up, you can go into hate and then do violence. Right? No, we don't teach our kids that. We expect better of our kids. We expect better of ourselves. And we need to expect better of our gods. The original God was just good, not on a continuum. He never sent sickness and disease. He never sent his children to hell. In those awful stories you heard you thought that can't be God. You're right, because it's not good. My friends, in our religion, God and good are the same thing. We need that highest principle of good. Get this now. It says belief in only good. It is this complete trust that brings out manifestations now. You want to see your world good now? You want to see the peace and the love? You must know only good. Believe in only good. When this was written, to know was to be one with, to be intimate. A man would know his wife. The two become one. You become God good. You become the love and the peace and the joy. And as you hold that frequency, that spirit, that God, you are instantly taken into it. It's cosmic law. There's no way around it. Many people are proving it in their life right now as they hold those Allahs and Jehovah's and Shivas and those mixed energy gods and spirits. That's the world they've created. I mean, look at the world leaders, Putin, Biden, Trump, right? Christians and Jews and Muslims, right? They've all created the world with the spirit, the God that they hold. If we'll go back to the original, that's just good and just love, and I just want the best for my brother and sister and fellow man, and we'll be that, and we can be nothing else. I am the love that hate, fear, greed, violence, war. It can't live in me. My friends, we hold that, and our leaders are that, and our gods are that, and our government is that, and we are that. My God, it's Asha. It's the real world. It's the only thing that could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind, perfection, Asha, good, heaven on earth, unmixed, undefiled, undiluted. My God, the world real, the real world. How do we do it? By means of reason. You have to have a reason to believe, right? That's true faith. That's where that magi magic comes from. What is our reason? God is just good. He's been misrepresented, right? As hating, warring, killing. If we'll restore God's image, take that spirit into us, that truth, that all-loving Father that you can never be separated from. You are that. My friends, it restores your energy, your frequency. And it restores the world, restores your brain, restores your mind. Instead of these crazy gods, these crazy ideas, these crazy stories, it's reasonable, it's logic, it's beautiful, it's good. And now, my friends, you get your mind right. You can create like little spaces like this and actually fully enjoy it. Do this with me. Take a long, deep breath. And release, and as you release, let all the muscles in your body relax. And I want you just to go inside to that Vohumania, where you find your soundness of mind and you see truth. And I want you to see that God is just good. He's never angry. All those stories you were told about him isn't true. Any story of God that doesn't comfort you is a lie. God is just good. Find that in you. It's in you. It is you. Attune to it. Feel that love and that peace from that right now. Let your body reflect that. Take a long, deep breath and feel the peace. Maybe you're holding tension in your temples or your jaw, your neck and shoulders. Let all that relax right now. And just say, do you know what? God is just good. Love is, peace is, joy is, Asha is. Doesn't that feel good? I love you.
And in the stillness of the dawn, a whisper soft and clear, Asha, Holy Spirit, you banish every fear. With gentle grace you guide my way through every night and every day. Oh, Asha, light divine, in your presence